Oh my god, I totally forgot to unmute the mic. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fifth episode of Ghostly Gossips. Yeah. It is not one of my streams without a little bit of scuff, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while before you can take the title of Scuff Queen, though.
I don't want it.
You sure?
I am definitely sure. It sounds like a lot of work, and I'm not willing to put in that work. Anyways, I'm your host, and I forgot my own fucking name.
Really?
Congratulations, Derpy. You played yourself.
This is the kind of day it's going to be for me, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm your host,
If you
Titsy
don't know my
Derpy.
name, it's...
We got our co-host Sarah and our guest star Pi.
Hello.
If you don't know the full name, it's literally right there on my hoodie.
That
They
they
want
can,
your hoodie partially cut off.
yes, move up a little bit
Oh,
more, and then
yeah,
they
of
can
course.
see it.
Yeah, you're right. That's still...
That's not moving up.
Press the button. There we are. There you go. Now you can read it.
Oh, welcome to the stream, everybody. We've got 4 locations we're going to be talking about today, and how many Reddit stories?
We have a number of Reddit stories. I'm never giving a concrete number because it's irrelevant, because usually we do 1 or 2 and then a building.
So we got an unlimited number of Reddit stories that we're going to be going through today. I am now making this an all-day stream just to see how many Reddit stories Sarah has.
What? No.
Well, Reddit has a lot of stories.
I'm joking.
I can't say how many of them are true, but, you know, it's Reddit.
Yeah, I mean, it's Reddit. I mean,
We've
today...
only encountered like 2 that seem actually fake.
Did my model just do mad gymnastics for me tossing a donut into my mouth?
Yes.
Maybe. Let me go find out. Okay, so here's the stories. Oh shit! I broke shit. What?
Stop breaking shit.
I cannot do that. All right.
Why? Why can't you do that?
These hands are made for burning things and breaking things.
Okay.
But the buildings that we're going to be talking about today is the Pioneer Courthouse, the Benson Hotel, the Heathman Hotel, and the Lotus Cafe and Card Room. And then an unlimited number of Reddit stories after those.
Yes, unlimited number of Reddit stories.
Unlimited power!
Yes. And if we run out of ghost stories, we're going to go to r/relationship advice. Because that sounds pretty scary.
I think that's for a different...
I don't know what's more scary, getting relationship advice from Reddit or getting relationship advice from Numi.
How about this? Getting relationship advice from Derpy.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, I gave some pretty good relationship advice in my time. And it was before I was even in a relationship.
So, I think we should start off with the smallest one. Because there's there's not a whole lot of information on this place, as this place is closed down and the owners kind of kept the stuff wrapped up as much as possible. Probably because they're trying to sell the building, let's be honest here.
I mean, yeah, anybody worth their salt trying to sell a building would do that.
Yeah, no. Totally understandable. But this is the Lotus Cafe and Card Room. And this was built... Oh, wait. Is it really 92 years? I don't know. Hold on, I got to do math.
Oh no, Derpy doing math.
What year is this?
2025.
I broke something.
Wouldn't be the first time you broke a calculator.
What is the button for the water?
On a calculator?
Ah, there we go.
That's,
Oh, so this building was or this place was established in 1924. I guess they spent 92 years later is when it finally closed down. That's still a good long time for a business, to be honest.
I agree.
And yes, before you ask, Sarah, it is connected to the Shanghai tunnels.
I knew it.
Now, there's not a whole lot of recordings, at least, that people have come out to say, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure the owners are keeping most of it hidden, let's be honest here. But, apparently, staff... Oh, shit. I'm choking on my own saliva.
Don't die,
That's
otherwise
not
we'll be
something
without a
you
host.
want to do normally.
But apparently the ghosts around there love to play pranks. Moving objects, hiding them, and all that fun jazz. I mean, let's be honest, that's actually kind of funny. Like, what are the chances that that's actually the ghost and not somebody that they're working with?
50-50.
Yeah, no, and this place has been found doing things like kidnapping, smuggling, all in relationship with the Shanghai tunnels. So, yeah, there's definitely gonna be some history with that I wish I could find, but I spent hours trying to freaking find it. It used to be a brothel and a gambler's den. So, who knows what could have happened there? Employees, there's a lot of anecdotal evidence of people seeing like shadow figures, hearing disembodied voices, and then just objects disappearing for no reason. And yeah, I kind of wish I could go there, but the building closed down in 2016.
Oh, yeah, 2016.
Yeah. Yeah, a year after I moved up here. Yeah, so there wasn't a whole lot, but it is the last building for here that is connected to the Shanghai tunnels. Now, I'm gonna do another building. That one was, like I said, it was small. Not all. Yeah. Now we're gonna go into the Benson Hotel, though. This is one of Portland's most famous haunted locations, actually. And I have been inside it. Not as a patron, but that's where we met the tour guides, actually. And it is very fancy on the inside. I felt out of place being inside there. I was like, this is too rich for my own liking.
What is to your liking?
Definitely not like giving a 5-star feeling.
So you want like a 3-star place?
3-star, I can deal with maybe a 4-star, but yeah, 3 stars about where I'm comfortable with.
Sounds about right.
I don't need fancy stuff. And this had like vast chandeliers of like crystal. I was like, well, out of my price range for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, queen.
But the building was built in 1913. And it's hosted many famous guests. From my understanding, I wasn't able to get any of their names, unfortunately. But they claim they've hosted many famous guests. It's also known for its ghostly residents there. They wouldn't let me go and check out the upstairs area when we went, but that's fine. I will find a way one day. Within legal means, of course.
Yeah.
I do not condone breaking and entering. If I did, I'd be really bad at my job.
Yeah.
You are a derpy after all.
What? You know what? Yeah. Guys, come over to my job, break in, it'll give me something to do. I'll be mad at you because you're making me have to do paperwork. But it'll make my day go by faster. Oh, and boss, if you
much to do.
Also, if my boss is listening to this, I did not say that.
Yeah, you did not hear it from Derpy.
Yeah. That was Sarah imitating Derpy's voice.
Exactly. Sarah is great at mimicking my voice. See, that was just Sarah talking right there.
Yeah, totally.
But this one, we actually have a ghost with a name.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, they have names?
Some of them do.
That means
Like
they're
this-
dangerous.
You know what? Looking over this one, no, this one's not dangerous. So we're good.
Are you sure about that?
Well, from my understanding, he's the owner of he's the original owner of the building and the one who built it. I hope he'd not be dangerous. But this,
he just wants the kids to get off his lawn.
I mean, it does make sense considering that you hear children's laughter in that building.
Okay.
So, you weren't expecting that one now, were you?
No. I don't even have the document in front of me since you never said so.
Nope. I never did. Honestly, I didn't fully 100% complete them until last night, to be honest. Yeah. But we got this ghost, his name is Simon Benson. And he's the one he's the wealthy businessman who built the hotel. And apparently he still wanders the hall. And staff usually ends up guests too, apparently, reports seeing a well-dressed elderly man in a formal suit who vanishes when approached. Yeah. Now, this staff and guests believe that he watches over the hotel, ensuring that it maintains its elegance. Which would make sense, let's be honest here. It is a very fancy-looking hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put that much blood and sweat into a building or a business, you're going to want to make sure it succeeds and maintains its original glory. Now, there's one thing that just keeps popping up in a lot of places. Can you guess what that one is?
Shanghai tunnels?
No. Thankfully, it has no connections to the Shanghai tunnels. But there are some hotels that do in Portland, so. But unfortunately, those ones I don't think were haunted. No, we got the Lady in White who pops up a lot in a lot of
Yeah.
places, apparently. She's popped up in movie theaters, restaurants, hotels,
In a Reddit story.
in a Reddit story. Starting to make me wonder if she's an SCP or something.
Accurate.
Because she's popping up everywhere.
Maybe she's just following us around, trying to creep us the fuck out.
She's failing when it comes to me, at least.
Yeah,
But
following us.
she is a ghostly woman in a white gown that's been seen floating around through the hotel, particularly in the hallways and lobbies. And some believe that she was even murdered in that hotel. But there are no reports of people being murdered in that hotel, unfortunately.
Yet.
So,
Yet.
yes.
Do you plan?
Do you plan on murdering somebody? Oh, wait. That'd probably be me.
How'd you guess that?
Because I'll do something worthy of being murdered. Like try to set the building on fire.
I mean, it's not like you try to set stream on fire.
This is true. But yeah, and then as yeah, no, it's I don't know how she keeps popping up everywhere though. Like she was at one of the movie theaters, and whenever she showed up, you had like the smell of cigarette smoke at that movie theater nearby her, and I was like, damn, she left an impression. And now here, she's just I wish you guys could see what I'm doing with my hands. Just like presenting something. Just there. Then we got children's laughter and a playful spirit. Da da da.
That's
Have
the
it?
one thing I do not like about hauntings. It's always children's laughter.
So, if anyone's watched my scary, like when I play like Phasmophobia or those scary games, the moment I hear a child's laughter, I'm out. Fuck that shit. No, I don't mess with that. Because that is either a very evil thing pretending to be a child, or that is a very tragic story that I don't want to be around. But guests have reported hearing sounds of children giggling and running through the hallway late at night, only to find that there's nobody there. Da, da, da. Yeah, and apparently the elevator likes to move on its own and will stop at random floors. Didn't we have another place that did that?
I think several places did that.
I remember, yes, we have the other place that did that.
Yeah.
But I don't have good enough of a memory to remember it.
I don't
At this
remember its
point.
name, but I think it was like either last episode or the episode before.
Well, if the people who are watching remember it, you can always leave it in a comment. Well,
Yes.
watching or listening. If there's a
Always
comment system
remember.
on where you're listening, you can always just leave the comment to the episode for other people.
This is true.
And if you also if you like the podcast, you can always like it and share it around.
Subscribe,
Oh, yeah.
follow, whatever button it is. It's free. It costs nothing. It helps support the group.
It also
And
gives
my
us an
chaos.
idea what you like.
And don't forget to hit that like button for YouTube. And everything else, actually. Everything except for Twitch, because Twitch doesn't have a like button.
I mean, it could if they tried hard enough, but they don't. If anything,
So-
they tried harder on putting people out of Twitch rivals, but that's, a different story.
So now, this place still has more stuff.
It's still going?
It's still
Okay.
going. This
a lot of stuff.
hotel is massive. Okay, it is. We're talking. I think it's like 10 stories tall. So yeah, no, it's a big place. It has phantom smells and cold spots, and people have reported unexplained cigar smoke scents, and they're thinking it's linked to Simon Benson because he liked to smoke cigars. But whenever they felt those or smelled those cigar smoke, there was always a cold spot accompanied with it, even when the heat was on, giving it a little bit more validity that, hey, maybe it's not just cigar smell stuck in the wall.
And it could be.
I mean, it could be, but adding in a little bit of a cold spot, even when the heat is on, that kind of cements it a little bit more. At least in my opinion, it does, because cold spots don't generally happen in buildings like that.
Yeah.
They're too massive, too big, and usually are really well ventilated.
Keyword usually.
Well, considering that it's like, I'm pretty sure it's considered a 5-star hotel, actually. And yeah, they kind of have to be well ventilated.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, people probably like do drugs in those kind of hotels. Whether they like to admit it or not is their problem.
Yeah, most of its ratings is like like 4.1 and higher from what I've looked up. And it's got like 5-star prices for its nights. I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna pay that kind of money, you better just go for the penthouse. Go all in, get the most out of it. And there's still more in the rooms, in the bathrooms for the bedroom. People have reported seeing ghostly figures in the mirrors right behind them. Or alterations in their own reflections. That does not make sense.
I know about it there.
yeah. Especially when I see myself, but something's a little different. I was like, no, that's a doppelganger.
Like,
I'm getting out.
Might be a skinwalker. You don't know that.
But to be honest, I'd like to go and stay a night there just to see if there's any actually haunted activities. I wouldn't want to rent a room because I can't afford that, but I would love just to chill out in the hallway, see if there's anything going on, wander it at night. Yeah, no. What do you guys think of the hotel? Would you guys want to go to it?
Yeah.
By the money,
I mean,
yes.
the biggest problem is the money, just because,
Fair enough.
nobody has it except for like 3 people.
Fair enough.
And a bunch of other unnamed rich individuals. One of them was probably Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay, fair enough. But if you could afford it, would you want to go?
Just for the experience.
Yes. Plus, the shoot video is there.
Oh God, that would be great. Although that might be an expensive endeavor to shoot videos there. They're not going to want you to do it while there's guests there.
Of course.
Safety, privacy and safety reasons.
Yeah.
Unless you're Hollywood.
Should I say I work for Hollywood?
Yes.
No,
Just say I work for
never
Hollywood.
say you work for Hollywood.
And then come up with a card that's just with somebody with the last name of Hollywood?
Or maybe the last name is Wood and the first name is Holly.
Yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe their parents had a good sense of humor and named their daughter Holly, and then their last names was Wood. So now they're Hollywood.
Yes.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, want to go to a Reddit story?
Yes, let's go to probably a couple Reddit stories.
Oh. We're starting the unlimited
Close enough,
Reddit
probably a
stories.
couple.
Well, these ones are short, so I have to put them together. And always, as a reminder, do not go to seek out the people who post these stories, because us reading
They
them
like their
and
privacy.
critiquing them, us reading them and critiquing them are all in good fun. We do not want anyone who made these stories and posted them or wrote them down after experiencing them to be bullied for us reading them.
But if you do go and hunt them down, just bring them this link and that's it. Do not hunt them down. Just say, hey, your story showed up here.
Imagine, though.
What? Oh.
Wouldn't that be some shit to find out that, some dumbass actually went out and did that?
Hunt down Derpy? I don't know. Is hunting down Derpy allowed?
I don't know. Some people do it for
what's
sport.
gonna happen.
Wait, there are people who hunt me for sport?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Who? And who do I gotta kill?
I believe his name starts with Fall.
What?
Waldron?
Yeah.
I gotta go hunt Waldron now? Because he's trying to hunt me?
Anyway,
Alright, go on.
I should probably start the stories.
Yes.
Our first story is how to pass safely through a graveyard at night.
The answer is you can't.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
What? I like going to graveyards at night.
That's what a grave robber would say.
How do you find out my other profession? How do you figure out my other profession?
Because I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just go and I just go and I steal their headstones. That's all.
I mean, fair enough. Some of them are pretty nice.
Like, especially the shiny ones. The ones that reflect. I definitely steal those ones. They're shiny.
What are you, a goblin trying to get shinies?
Yes, actually. It is part of what makes Derpy Derpy.
I like shiny.
Understood. So, let's actually start that story. I think I have found the solution, referring to how to pass safely through a graveyard at night. Last night, Opie was out drinking. I followed a friend home because he got a bit too drunk On my way back, I decided to walk through the graveyard. Though it might look nice, it did not. I felt fear brewing, but then I got an idea of how to get safe passage. Alcohol has always been a large part of Denmark's culture. I had a nearly full beer in my hand. My drunk and scared ass found a new way to stay safe. I started saying cheers to the gravestones as I walked through the graveyard. Nothing happened, but when all of that, the beer was gone, so was my fear. Did I find a loophole? In Danish culture, it's very rude not to cheers back when someone says cheers. If I were busy
sorry.
cheering the ghosts slash
I'm sorry.
specters, then they were busy saying it back, hence being unable to find a chance to fuck with me.
I'm sorry. That is it's not a loophole. Because the dead like to drink. They like to party. Come on now.
I mean, some
Everyone
of
should
them
know
do,
this
some
by
of them
now.
don't.
Hey. It doesn't have to be alcohol that they're drinking.
Valid, but still.
They're there, and they're going to enjoy their time there. They may as well just cheer. Of course, that's the way how to do it.
Yeah.
Another way to get through a graveyard, just talk to them. You may look crazy to everybody else. Just walk through the graveyard talking to them. Boo. You'll be the crazy person that talks in the graveyard, but no ghost will ever fuck with you.
Yeah. But you might invite a demon to follow you.
You know, that's a risk just going into the graveyard in general, though.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter what you're doing. That's just a risk in general with graveyards. And it's a risk I'm willing to take.
I'm not willing to take that risk.
So come on, some of the ghosts, if for those who can actually see and communicate with ghosts, some of the ghosts have amazing stories.
Anyway, on to the next story. This made me stop working the night shift. I worked as a PSW on the night shift at a long-term care home. What is a PSW?
PSW.
Is it bad that I got a little bit of ooh-woo in it and it's a personal safety representative?
The fact that you did that too perfectly makes me question. Hi, are you secretly a femboy? You did that a little too perfectly.
What? I don't know.
Personal
Am I?
support worker is a PSW.
Oh, personal support worker. So basically the same thing as what I
Yeah.
said, just a little differently. So I'm not wrong.
No, you're not.
Okay. OP had a resident ring a bell at 2:59 a.m. They went in and asked her what she needed, and she proceeded to yell that there was a man in her bathroom and they needed to get him out. We had people who would wander in into other rooms all the time, so this was not out of the ordinary. So I asked her what the man looked like, and she said that he was a black figure and had no face. I calmed her down and then told whoever was in the bathroom that they had to leave her alone. I then went back to my charting. Around 3:10, I had another call bell ring, but from the other side of the floor, from where the first bell went off. I went into this residence
Don't
room.
laugh now.
This this particular resident would ask for pain meds around this time, and I asked if he needed meds. He told me, and I quote, "There's a creepy man in my room with no face. You need to get him out." My blood ran cold, and I had a nurse stay with me on the floor for the rest of my shift. I have more stories if anyone wants to hear them.
I know this story. Actually, I don't, but I was drunk and I said this something pretty damn similar to my friends when they were trying to get me to go to bed.
Uh-huh.
I managed. It took me two attempts to try to get them to go into the bedroom to see the guy there, and then they came back out with me sprawled out on the couch, out cold.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
I wanted to sleep on the couch. I didn't want to sleep in the
I mean,
bed.
couches are pretty nice.
And when I say I was blacked out drunk, I mean I was. They actually ended up taking me to the hospital like 15 minutes later. Because that was bad. 21st birthday. I don't remember that night at all. That is just what they told me. Last thing I remember of that night is going to McDonald's and then everything went black. So, wait. This elderly lady saw a guy with no face.
No face, who was black. Black figure, not actually black dude, probably.
Okay,
And then
this is like an old folks home, right?
Yeah, and then a man later on
saw the
same kind of figure, basically.
So now my next question is how long afterwards was it until they passed away?
They don't list that anywhere in their comments.
Because that sounds like death.
Yeah.
Coming to check up on them. Hey. Death is a good person, all right? They're just trying to do their job.
They try to be a good person, but they get really misjudged.
They're just trying to do their job. It's a very hard job.
I mean, is death a single person, or is it a group of people?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. It's kind of like God. Nobody truly knows if God is a single person or multiple people. Or if God exists or not. No one can agree on that.
It's the great unanswered question of the universe.
Exactly.
And I do not expect there to be any answer to that question.
Exactly.
Anyway, since that one was also short, I figured I'd read one final one before we go on an ad break, and then read the next building.
Sarah.
My daughter's imaginary friend.
Name
In 2013, my wife and I divorced, and we both moved into separate houses. The divorce went well. We are still good friends to this day, partly because we had a daughter together. We agreed. Blah, 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 blah. We agreed to split.
I
We
couldn't
agreed.
help it. I couldn't help it.
Just, the average trucking vampire doing his job.
I couldn't help it. There's just certain noises where I have to repeat, and that's one of them. The other one is the Minecraft, huh?
I picked that up from South Park from the wheelchair kid.
Oh, yes, of course.
I am now confused.
Have you watched South Park?
Yes. I know about the wheelchair kid. I'm still confused.
The wheelchair kid says basically
Timothy.
when he's Timothy, when he has trouble saying something or another, I can't exactly remember at this point, but he often says bah, 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 bah. And that's what I say when I have trouble saying something.
Does he actually speak?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I thought he just screams Timmy.
No?
I believe the one that screams their name is Jimmy.
I thought Jimmy was the one with the I forget what they're called. The like on both arms.
My God, they killed Kenny!
That one. The newspaper guy. I don't remember what the things are that they have on their
And he's not the
arms.
newspaper guy, but yeah.
Oh, no, wait, no. Timmy is the one that just says his name.
Yeah. It's like he goes, Jimmy! He's in the wheelchair.
I'm remembering the entirely wrong character.
Like, and then Jimmy is the one with the I don't know what they're actually called, but with like because his legs don't work. And he is the newspaper guy because he's the newspaper editor for the school.
It's Jimmy's the one that I picked that up from.
Ah.
Anyway, tangent aside, I should actually continue with the story we were reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
We agreed to split custody over our daughter, and I rented an old house in an historic district in the city where we lived. It was a pretty old home, built in 1935, but kept up very well. I would have my daughter 2 weeks at a time, and she had a bedroom in the back of the house. She was 3 years old at the time, and I kept noticing her talking to her friend. One day I found her in a little closet talking to someone, and I remembered her saying she was talking to another little girl named Betty. I have no idea where she heard the name Betty, as she was only 3 years old, but I chalked it up to a child's vivid imagination. Keep in mind, I'm a single dad to a little girl. I really have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to dressing her, or doing with her hair, or doing stuff with her hair, or just the little girl stuff in general. Her mother is good at that stuff, but I am not. I put my daughter to bed one night. Yes.
At least he can admit to it. And
Yeah,
he's not good.
That's pretty much is one of the steps to being good.
The next step
Or
is
at least not
learning
bad.
how to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
And then the next step after that is putting it in practice and improving.
And then I know I did.
Hello, Elijah. Anyways, continue on with your story.
Yes. Anyway, I put my daughter to bed one night after her bath. I remember brushing her hair that night, but that was all I did. The next morning, her mom came to pick her up from my home, and my daughter was just waking up. Her mom went to the her mom went back to her bedroom to find my daughter's hair was fixed in two perfect French braids. Her mom was real proud of me at first that I had done her hair so cute, but I told her I didn't and couldn't do that. I can't even braid her hair, much less do perfect French braids. We asked our daughter how her hair got fixed, and she told us that Betty had done it during the night. I broke the contract on the rental agreement and moved out within the next month.
Understandable. Now, first off,
Yeah.
French braids aren't that hard to do.
No, they really aren't.
Yeah.
I know how to do French braids.
But at the same time,
But yeah, no. At the same time, the fact that that it happened overnight while father and I'm assuming daughter is asleep, that is kind of scary. And
Yeah, so it makes sense
why he left is
why.
understandable.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the penalty for breaking contract early wasn't harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's kind of creepy, to be honest. I'd leave also, to be honest. So I think this is going to be a good time. We're going to take a 3-minute break. And then we will come back and do the next building and then more Reddit stories.
you
So I will see you guys in like 3 minutes. And I hit this button right here. And ad breaks are now started.
all right. I'm gonna go cook a thing. Like a minute in the microwave.
I am the back.
Oh, you're finally
Hello, the
back.
back. I am the pie.
Sorry, I really needed a stretch.
That is completely fair.
like my shoulders were all stiff. My legs felt stiff, and I was like, nope, need the stretch.
Yeah, that's not good.
So I never did my morning stretch that I normally do. But I am back. We are back, and welcome back, everybody, from the ad break.
Yes, that ended like 5 minutes ago, I think.
Has it really gone that long?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 7 minutes before the
Roughly.
ads are supposed to start. Yeah, no, my roommate was also talking to me while I was doing my stretches. So she was going over like the food that we have in the fridge that she wants eaten. And about how at some point I need to go down to the barn with her to meet one of her friends. The barn. My roommate has a horse, and she leaves it at someone's barn.
Okay. So I was like, am I hearing that correctly? You saying barn?
Yes. So, now we're going to be talking about the Heathman Hotel. I apparently don't have any of the information of when it was made. Let me go look that up. I apparently forgot to add that in there.
Yeah, it seems like pretty important information that you shouldn't have forgot to add, Kirby.
Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, no, literally. Yeah, no, I just forgot to add it in. I knew it was like 1920 something. But yeah, the Heathman Hotel is made that was built in 1927. And it's actually got a urban legend, I guess it would be, tied to one of its room. So that one is a little interesting. I was not expecting that. I didn't fully read this one. I didn't get a chance to. But apparently I'm... What? It has been a rough week for me. This is the...
If you sent it to me, I could have read it all the way through because I'm good at reading, even though I have dyslexia.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
If need be, I always have my announcer voice.
But, yeah, no. Apparently in room 703, there's a haunting. And this haunting affects every room below 703 and above it. So, if the rooms end with a 3, it's affected by this haunting.
Aha.
So, and this building is only 8 stories tall. But according to legend, one of the guests jumped out of room 703 and died from jumping out. I mean, obviously, you're gonna die if you fall in 7 stories.
Yeah,
But
people usually die from that.
apparently, they haunt the rooms that end with 3. It's kind of
Aha.
like with 0-3 to be more precise, not like 1-3 or 2-3. No, 0-3.
Well, it's because all the 0-3s are in the line.
Yes.
The falling.
Yes.
The only one I would expect not to be would be 803.
You would not expect it, but apparently 803 is affected by this. But then again, they're also not 100% sure what floor this person jumped out of either. So for all we know, they could have been on the roof and jumped off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like people have like in these rooms, even without knowing this urban legend, the people have reported an uneasy feeling in these rooms that end with 0-3. Seeing what looks like somebody jumping out of a window in the middle of the night. And I'm like,
that
ooh.
would be creepy AF.
I know, right? It's like, and the jumping out of the window is actually purely with 703, which is why people think 703 is where they jumped out of. But all the other rooms, it looks like they see like what looks like a shadow figure falling down past their room.
Yeah, it's more creepy than if it was simply like staring at you from the corner of the room.
Yeah,
because you don't actually know if that's the ghost
or someone actually did it.
Somebody who did that.
Yeah, and when they go to check, to stick their head out, there's no one down below at all. Which makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Like, if I saw that, I'd nope out. I know which room I'm not going to be in if I go to visit this place.
Any of the O3s?
Yes. And that is more for my own sanity.
I agree.
Because holy shit, that would scare the shit out of me if I saw that.
Yeah.
Because that is something that could actually happen. And yeah. Like, like the thing, like, how, like, what's that one movie? Final Destination? Like, all the things that happen in that could literally happen in real life. And that's what makes it scary.
There was also, what was the name of that freaking movie? 1408?
I don't know that one.
That one's more of a, like, full-blown paranormal psycho thriller.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
but it has a lot of similarities, believe it or not.
Yeah, I recognize the film, but never watched it. Got Samuel Jackson.
It's a pretty good
John
film.
Cusack.
Yeah, no, I've never watched it. I'd never heard of it until now. I'm definitely going to watch it though.
It's a good film. I could recommend it.
But yeah, no, it's like it gives me the same vibes of like what scares me about Final Destination is the fact that it's something that could actually happen, that has a chance of happening. It's just seeing somebody fall or jump out of a room. It's like, ooh, that gives me the creeps more than seeing a shadowy figure.
Definitely.
Yeah, valid.
But yeah, no, and throughout the entire building, like apparently in every room, people have reported seeing shadowy figures and unseen guests in the room. Like people have felt their beds sink in when they're sleeping in the beds. And they're alone in the room, just so you know.
At this point, I would want to stay in this place, period.
Yeah, and whenever they turn on the lights, all these events stop. And like they can even feel when they turn on the light, they can feel the bed just spring up. Like somebody was actually sitting there. Like this place. This is like
Never.
a true scary levels of haunting, actually. What the fuck did my character just do?
I have no idea. I wasn't looking.
Oh, that's fine. And it's like,
either.
yeah, and then like in the rooms that are like really haunted where they get a lot of activity, people have felt like bursts of cold air. But like while the heat is blowing. Like they'll go up to the vent and they'll feel hot air coming out of the vent.
Yeah, you can never convince me ever to set foot anywhere near here, Derpy.
Yeah, it's like people like windows will open up in the middle of the night for this place too. People have felt their blankets getting ripped off them while they're sleeping. And their personal items being moved. Like if you want to go to and visit a haunted place that you can go to, this would be the place to go.
You will never catch me there ever. This sounds like it would be a fucking terrifying experience. Like everything else just is on the level of like, oh yeah, that sounds like it'd be a cool, a little bit scary experience. This sounds like I would possibly run out of this place after experiencing half this shit and be like, I don't even want to refund.
You know, here's another thing. That isn't even everything that happens.
What?
Yeah. People
Honestly,
have...
the deciding factor for my mood on it is whether or not it can actually, like, properly communicate with me. Because if it can't, I'm probably going to be like, no, I don't want to be here.
So, this next button is also, like, adds up more to it. And it's like, people have heard, like, the guests have heard whispers in their room. Coming from, like, a corner of their room. And usually the corner is, like, linked to the exterior part of the building. So you can't be, and far away from the vent. So you can't be like, oh, maybe it's just the sound traveling through the vent. People have also heard soft crying in, like, the bathroom. In some of the rooms. And others have heard tapping coming from the exterior wall. And I'm like, wow, like, that is...
No.
it gets... And that is, like, people have heard footsteps pacing around their bed at night. Like, like this is like new levels of creepy, and this is one of the reasons why I saved this hotel for this episode.
Kirby, you could never pay me enough to set foot in this hotel.
It's not even done yet. Like, that was just the sounds. There is still more.
Why?
The rooms that aren't, like, being occupied by anyone, the rooms have been, like, destroyed some nights. And the cleaning staff will come in and just find the entire room a disarray, even though there was nobody in that room for that night.
Sounds like somebody's frustrated and wants attention.
And the worst part is nobody heard anything. Not the security, not the staff. They'll find like bed flipped over, sheets across the room, dresser tipped over, window wide open. Like, whatever, when it's like as if a drill sergeant went in, saw that somebody didn't fold their bed properly and said, fuck everything.
Thanks for bringing some levity to this, Tink.
That. Yeah. And then, on top of that, some of the rooms, people will be like, the staff will be cleaning up the room after a guest has been in and is already checked out. They'll start making the bed, and then they suddenly cannot tug on the sheets anymore, as if somebody was laying in the bed. Or they'll find a body imprint in some of the beds that they did make, as if somebody was laying in there, just invisible. It's like,
I repeat my former statement.
I mean, come on. Doesn't that sound like a lot of fun?
No, it doesn't, Derpy. It sounds terrifying, and I never want to set foot inside that fucking hotel.
Had the staff like not thought about asking whatever was there to move so they could fix the bed?
You see, here's the thing. None of these spirits are actually considered to be aggressive. They only affect the objects. They don't attack people. They don't harm people.
That further raises the question why they never asked. Or at least there's no record of them asking them to move. Like, come on.
You have asked, and it never worked.
So it's
Knowing
just
that
they're not
interact with the actual people, I'm still never setting foot in this fucking place.
It's like, yes. I want to go there, actually.
You're fucking insane, Derpy.
As long as I'm not in the O3 rooms, I'm okay with being with everything else. I can survive with that. Because I grew up with that stuff.
I didn't. So I'm not used to that shit.
I mean, shoot. Oh, wow.
That's what guns are supposed to do.
People actually purposely book like the 03 rooms on purpose to see that event.
If it
Like
was the only place, if it was the only fucking place that I could book, I'd be like, book me as far away from 03 as possible on any floor, and if you give me that room, I'm fucking asking for a refund and living in my car for the night.
I'd be like, give me room 02 or 04. I don't want to be in the room, but I am more than welcome to be near it. Preferably, I want to be there where it's right next to the room where somebody is in 03. So I can listen to them scream in fear. But yeah, no. It's like this place. I wouldn't be shocked if this like showed up on what was that one show? One of the Ghost Hunters show.
There's Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters.
Taps.
Yeah.
It's an old one. Taps. TAPS. I would not. They did a lot of popular, like really haunted places.
Still not setting my foot anywhere near there without being paid. Like here's the thing, I said for no amount of money I'd go there, but if it was like, yeah, you pay 10K just to shoot something there, I'd be like, okay, I'll even stay in that room. I'll stay in 703. 'Cause 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 stuff like that. I'm like, yes, I'm incredibly terrified of the place. But if I'm making cups
Okay.
and getting paid for it, I'd go there.
The whole name of TAPS is the Atlantic Paranormal Society. They had a TV series.
That makes sense.
But they did more than just the Atlantic. They even did international shows also. Like they were there for at Dracula's Castle at one point. Which is that one. That is a place I would probably draw a line as a hard no. Oh God.
Why, Derby?
The story we'll eventually do that for the Ghostly Gossip series. That one.
Stay tuned for that later episode. Like
years down the road. We got to finish with America first. And then we'll pick like other countries and work our ways around those. You know what? I'm kind of curious on how much it would be to rent a room there at the Heathman Hotel.
Like, probably more expensive
Considering
than
people
it should
specifically seek out those particular rooms, more expensive than the rest.
You know what? Not that expensive.
Really? How much per night?
That's what I'm looking right now. Holy shit. That ain't bad at all. $188 per night.
That's not bad.
And that is for the most.
How much you could
That
do
is for their
a
most
night in the Red Roof
expensive.
Inn?
Otherwise,
So you're telling
the
me Red
Queen
Roof Inn is
setup
about
is
as expensive as that?
Yeah, it's about 116 for the cheapest. For the Queen size room. That was like for the studio suite was 188 per night.
Really?
And a single night in the Red Roof Inn with a basic bitch room was fucking 120 a night.
Oh, scratch that. There is one more expensive. The one bedroom suite. 242 a night. Which still is not bad for a hotel.
Yeah.
And you can package it too. With where you can have breakfast with at the place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow. Okay.
Ugh.
This place is actually pretty affordable to go and visit. I was not expecting that. Like, you'd think they'd capitalize. Yeah, they'd capitalize on the haunted factor. So yeah, no, if you guys are in Portland, not a bad place to go and stay the night at. If you can handle the spook factor.
Yeah.
I know I
could
can.
not unless I was making content.
I know I definitely can. Just as long as they don't touch my phone. Then they will have to deal with a monster. Well, shall we lighten it up with some Reddit stories?
Yeah,
I would say so.
There's no way there's a Reddit story that I got that is that fucking creepy.
I promise you, the next one is not as bad.
Good.
I figured we'd end it on a light note.
Good. Well, this story is called Mom Thought I Had an Imaginary Friend When I Was 3.
Named Sarah.
I don't haunt kids. I hate kids.
You and me, all the more reason to haunt kids.
Kids are all right. They're just annoying as fuck.
You could. Okay. If I were to haunt anyone, it would be a child to scare the living crap out of them because of how much I dislike children.
Yeah. I also have this weird dichotomy for how I feel about certain stuff. I hate kids, but I don't exactly not want them in the long.
I'll pass.
Anyway,
Continue.
when I was 3 years old, my mother came into my room and told me she had made spaghetti. We walked into the kitchen. I explained that my friend would like some too. Being 3, she figured it was probably an imaginary friend, so she responded telling me that her mother would have to make her some. The only reason I gave her was her mommy didn't come back for her after she died. This utterly mortified my mother, but the cherry on top was when she came into my bedroom while I was playing. I was sort of watching the ceiling, but my mom didn't see a bug or anything, so she came in and asked about it. To which I responded, I'm just watching the lady crawling around on the ceiling. We moved out a month later.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, watching the lady crawl around on the ceiling. Oh yeah, that's not creepy at all.
I'm
I
mostly
am.
laughing that I somehow got 2 stories that was just like, yeah, and then I moved out a month later.
I find it hilarious at how quick they moved out.
Yeah.
Mom was like,
They're
nope.
like, yeah.
That is one creepy imaginary friend, and that imaginary friend can stay right there.
Yeah.
I never had an imaginary friend.
Uh-huh. I think I had one, but don't remember.
I think the only one I remember having was one that liked to like have a dirt bike and drive along the side of the road while I was on the bus and take literally every water tunnel it could find.
See, for me, I had an imaginary cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My mom would look at me weird when it looked like I was petting something and there was nothing there. Like, it's my kitty. I was a weird child.
Yes.
What bothered my mom even more, though, was its name was the name of the cat that passed away.
Hmm.
Its name was Trouble. And we had a cat named Trouble. And that cat would never leave my side, no matter what.
One might call it troubling.
Well, one of the reasons why we named it Trouble was because instead of killing mice, it would play with mice. We kind of felt bad for the mice because it was just torturing those poor mice. It would pick up mice, bring them into its favorite area, which happened to be my closet, lay it down, and then just slap. When the mice tries to run, it slapped its paw right in front of the mouse. Mouse would turn around, go the other way, and it would do the same thing. And it would just keep doing that for hours. Yeah. Never understood why it did that.
Sometimes you don't need to.
So what's the next story?
Well, there was one that I was gonna read, and I realized, nope, I can't read that one. That one
Why?
is not a um
Is it not safe for work?
no, it's perfectly safe for work. It's just that it literally the title shows why I'm not reading it, at least right now, because I want more levity and not what sounds like could be a sad story. The title is
Ah!
Family of Four Dies in My Arms Over a Few Years from AIDS.
You know what? Understandable. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
There. So the actual one I'm going to read is my parents say they don't believe them when I. My parents say they don't believe them tell me these stories. That's what it reads, and it's a fairly bad title.
And I'm
but
sticking to it.
Yeah, but I'm also just like, you can't really change titles once you post, so a person
Nope.
could have noticed this and being like, yeah, that's not great. I can't fix it though. Yeah. My parents are from a small country in South America. Not sure.
Not sure.
Not sure about now, but back in the 70s or 80s, when my parents lived there, their paranormal was normal. So many weird little stories, superstitions, and legends from my parents, but they say they don't believe in ghosts now. Not sure if they just don't want to give substance to the things that they had experienced, but I want to fill you in on one that included me. About 12 years ago, I was about 21 at the time. I think I was about to go into my senior year of college. It was the summer. My brother and I stayed home, and my mom and dad went to South America for the first time in about 17 years to see their family.
It's a
It
long
was an
time.
early, yeah, that is. It was an early Saturday morning, and my parents, along with my mother's cousin and my mother's brother, decided to visit my mother's parents' grave sites. It's a very rural area, third world almost. No one really took care of the cemetery anymore, and they knew it was going to be a scorcher of a day. So they went super early with umbrellas for shade. Chalk because it was a thing to decorate the tombstones, and a giant machete to chop away all the overgrown weeds and grass. They arrive, it's a cemetery, no trees, overgrown, and the sun is already blazing. There's one cloud, it follows my parents to my grandparents' tomb. If I remember correctly, these were above ground tombs.
Okay.
My mom's cousin goes to chop the bush/weeds around my grandparents' tomb with the machete, and it flies out of his hand. Not a small man. He's not a small man, and he uses his hands a lot. He's a strong guy. He's like, okay, maybe it's the wrong angle. He goes to grab it, it's stuck in the ground straight up. He tries again, same thing, but this time it flies the opposite direction. That physics says it should, land in the ground straight up. My dad tries, same thing. Finally, my dad says, okay, I think that they want their son to do this because, remember, my uncle is there. Picks it up and chops away at it all. They go about their tasks, and when they are done, the one cloud above them dissipates. The kicker? They call me when they come back from the cemetery from South America, and it's about 11 a.m. on the East Coast. Not too much time difference from where they are. The call wakes me up from a dream where I was dreaming about a cemetery and people in it. The image of the dream still sticks in my mind. Weird, right?
That is weird.
Yeah. You know what's interesting?
But
I've heard this story before.
I have not.
Yeah,
But
I didn't recognize it in the beginning, but as soon as like machete in hand goes to chop and flies away, I was like, I've heard this before.
But yeah, no, that is. I mean, they know what they want at least.
Yeah.
I kind of had a, I guess not so similar, but I guess about as lucid as that kind of dream when I was really young. I think I was in like the second house we were living in when I was a kid. I went through like a series of dreams. I don't remember what the other ones were, but then this next one comes in, and I'm just kind of sitting up straight in my bed. It is like twilight hours, it seems like. The room doesn't have any furniture except for the bed that I'm actually in, and like one blanket. And you can't really hear any sounds of the wind, but the window to my left is open and the curtains are flowing as if it was heavy winds.
That is
There's
interesting.
not really much else to it. I was just deeply unsettled by that.
For those who don't know, pie is very hard to unsettle.
Yes, I am.
Pie is
But
also
just
very
the
hard to
lack of
scare.
sounds of wind, but the curtains are flowing as if it's like a fucking damn near tornado style winds is kind of unsettling.
Definitely.
I think it was like 5 when that happened. I
Ooh,
don't think I understood why it unsettled me at the point, because I don't think I knew that winds could be that strong.
surprise! Winds can be that strong.
Strong enough to literally rip a tree out of the ground.
Even stronger.
Yeah, they can actually make the tree a bullet.
They can be even stronger. They can rip concrete out of the ground.
Well, to be fair, modern concrete is nowhere near as strong as Roman concrete.
Well, yeah.
My
That's
eye is
because...
doing the weird, lazy shit. I don't like it. Stop it. Stop. Stop.
Yeah, there's this thing called a
My goodness.
tornado, which is just pretty much wind going in a circle and getting stronger.
Yeah.
It can reach excess of 200 miles an hour in some cases.
300 even.
I don't think we ever had a recording of 300 yet.
I'm pretty sure we had one. Haven't had a second one yet.
I must find out. Oh, yeah. We did. 1999, Oklahoma. 321 miles per hour. They were actually going to classify it as an F6. Or an EF6. And then decided not to.
Well, they should have, because it's kind of the only one in history known to be that strong.
Yeah. At least in known history when it comes to that kind of data.
True.
I mean, there could have been stronger in the past before we were able to collect that kind of data.
Yeah. I mean, what a recent thing, we almost had an EF6 recently. Or something like we almost classified as an EF6. So it's like, oh yeah, if this gets any stronger, it's not an EF5 anymore.
I mean, we almost classified a hurricane to Category 6.
Yeah. When of the ones that hit last year, I believe.
It was Milton. Was almost classified as a 6.
Yeah, because they were just.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Especially with what it did to Florida.
Yeah, but when it actually hit ground, it
It got
actually lighter.
Yeah, when it hit ground, it was like category 3. Like it lost a lot of power when it hit ground.
Like if it kept up all the power and kept on increasing, it would have been an
Yeah.
F6, and it would have basically wiped everything that it ran through off the map, probably. Because sure, hurricane and tornado damage is like, oh yeah, that's horrible, but most of them you can recover from.
Yeah.
If a EF or just F6 ever comes through in reality, it probably just wipes things off the map.
I mean, maybe one day we'll do a stream about tornadoes and we'll go over like some of the more really like dangerous tornadoes that have happened. We'll just take one stream and make it into that just for fun.
We are one-off podcast. Fucking scary tornadoes. Obviously, it would be
No.
You
know what?
It would be effing scary tornadoes.
You know what? Instead of just tornado, we'll just do weather events. Because there's a lot of scary weather events that happen here on this planet.
Yeah.
So you got any more Reddit stories?
Yes, I have 3 more that I am willing to read.
Well, let's do one more and then we'll go to ad break and we're getting close to that point.
Okay. This story is called My Grandma's House is Haunted, but we're not allowed to tell her that.
Okay, I need to know, why are they not allowed to tell her that?
Because they're bitches.
My grandma's house has always, for as long as I can remember, been a scary place. My dad and aunt and uncle all grew up in that house and had paranormal experiences occur throughout their lives. One example was when my dad and uncle were teenagers. My uncle was walking down the steps and was swinging a towel as he had just washed his hair. And out of nowhere, my dad, who was standing in the living room at the bottom of the stairs, saw the towel straighten out in front of my uncle as if someone pulled it. And my uncle fell forcefully down the stairs. Now, my grandma hates all things paranormal, especially Ouija boards, and would often visit. Now, they write this, so I'm not saying this in any other term than what they wrote. Their grandma would also often visit gypsies.
I mean, I'm pretty sure gypsies prefer to be called gypsies, if I remember correctly.
That's what I understood. Because I'm pretty sure they don't like to be called grifters.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Like, if you actually encounter, like, the gypsies that you think of, supposedly they, like, way more just being called Romani.
Yeah. What's that?
I
So
mean, if
like
they want to
you're
be called
encountering
that, it's
actual
fine,
Romani.
but, like, why?
Okay. We're not talking about the biker gang, gypsies, because there is actually a biker gang called the Gypsies.
More than anything,
Hmm?
I think it's wandering bands of people that aren't Romani are gypsies still, kind of. But actual people or just wandering Romani people, they're just Romani. continuing with the story. So it is a big no-no in our family to discuss the paranormal events that occur in our house. 20 years or so ago, my cousins and brothers were playing in the upstairs bedroom of my grandparents' house. The toys were set up in the room across the hall from them, and they were all in the same bedroom playing a board game. Out of nowhere, a Hot Wheel car, no batteries, no wind-up, just an average Hot Wheel car, slowly exited the room that the toys were in and went across the hall and into the room where they were all sitting. Needless to say, they were all terrified. I'd be a little terrified too.
I'm used to it.
Obviously, you lived in a haunted house.
I
lived in
did.
a house that was practically
really
brand
did.
new. Yet the house I also lived in was also the place where I required demon away spray to feel safe in. Around 8 years ago, my oldest brother moved into the basement of their house. One night, when he was home alone, he woke up out of a deep sleep, having felt like he was shaken by someone.
Okay.
He stood up and instantly smelt gas. He
Like
went
fart gas
upstairs.
or like gas line gas?
I have no idea.
Probably gasline gas.
Yeah, but also what I'm about to read actually shows that this ghost that interacts with him is benevolent or helpful.
I was about to say, what's that word?
Because he went upstairs and outside the house. Then he found out there was a carbon monoxide leak, and if he had not woken up when he did, there's a big chance he would have died in his sleep.
Yeah. I can see all that house is definitely haunted,
Yeah.
and the spirits there really likes the people that live there.
If I was a benevolent ghost and I saw that somebody didn't know or never thought to look about a thing that might kill them, I would probably tell them about it. Somehow.
Months after that, when my grandparents were away for the weekend, the family decided to try the Ghost Radar app in the home. We all sat around the phone, and my uncle used the normal questions. Is anyone here? Blah, blah, blah. Then he asked who used to live in the basement. At this point, my brother had moved out. The Ghost Radar replied with my brother's full first name, which no one ever calls him. We were shocked, so my uncle asked, how did you save my brother? aka it's saying that it was the name, but the person on the list is their brother. He replied with Wake. Then I can't exactly tell what this emoji is, but it's the freaked out wide-eyed emoji probably.
Okay.
And then they continue with what the fuck? He then asked, what did you save him from? And it said gas. And he was just like, bruh. Needless to say, we were shocked. The last thing that I'm going to talk about that happened in the house is my grandparents' friend's obituary, who passed away probably 15 years ago, will show up in their kitchen every month or so. They usually say hello to their friend and put the obituary back in the basement where it is supposed to stay.
Okay.
A little while later, it will show back up in the kitchen. If that keeps on happening, you know your fucking house is haunted.
Oh, definitely.
Like, don't mention your grandma. But your grandma also does just know it's haunted, actually.
Yeah, no. The grandma does know it's haunted. Definitely. I'm assuming the grandma's a gypsy.
Possibly.
Because, gypsies are very in tune with the supernatural, relatively speaking.
It can be, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah. And usually there is actually I don't remember the exact reason, but there is a reason why they don't like speaking about the supernatural.
It's because it can call upon them.
Yes. That is one of the reasons, but there is other reasons. There are some things that you don't want the supernatural knowing. Also. And yeah, no, it definitely a haunted place, especially if the obituary keeps showing up in the kitchen. But generally, when that kind of stuff keeps happening, there's usually a message. Like when that kind of stuff keeps happening, like, and they're not just not understanding the message, because it's a bit weird that keeps happening. But that one nice ghost, my mom experienced something like that. There was the house caught on fire because she left the candle lit, and it woke her up. Yeah. And she heard something shake. Well, she felt something shake her and yell, "Wake up!" And she woke up, and boom, fire right in front of her face. Her first instinct was to run to the kitchen, grab a pot, and then throw it on the fire. Then go to the fish tank and keep throwing the water from the fish tank onto the fire.
Interesting choices.
And then she got us kids out of the house and called 911. By the time 911 got there, the fire was out. She made sure she never fell asleep with another candle lit again after that, though.
Yeah.
But I think we should go on an ad break here. So, because it's about to start anyways. I'm just going to start it now. So I'll see you guys in like 3 minutes. I will not take 10 minutes like I did before. I promise. My roommate went to bed. I'll see you guys soon. Is the ads over? Hi, everyone! I wasn't even paying attention. I just got my eyes kind of off screen. So, welcome back from the ad break, everybody. Today, for this one, for the last building of the stream and the podcast, we are doing the Pioneer Courthouse. Gonna end it off on a less scary one. I guess it would be less scary. It depends on the person. Keystone Hotel was actually really scary, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, waking up to your room rearranged in a new fucking
Oh no. See, the rearranged
interpretive dance pattern is kind of confusing.
See, the rearranged stuff didn't happen while there's somebody in the room.
I know.
Although, I'd be very intrigued at how they managed to do that without waking your ass up if they did pull that one off. But, so, this next one is the Pioneer Courthouse, which is a federal building, and it's the oldest federal building in the Pacific Northwest. And yeah, it's known for historic trials, its eerie past, and paranormal activity. It was built in 1875. Actually, that is quite a while for a courthouse.
Yeah.
And this was during, like, it was built during the corrupt ages of Portland, like the super corrupt ages. We're talking like businesses were paying off politicians to get away with kidnapping people.
And there was Salem witch trials, or was that too early?
Salem witch trials are around that time, but at other side of the country.
Valid.
Because while there is a Salem in Oregon, and it's Oregon's capital, honestly, they should just change Portland to be their capital at this point, to be honest. Not many people.
Portland was the capital of the fire.
No, it's Salem. But you see why, right? Like,
and also, I thought the Salem witch trials happened in Oregon.
Nope, happened in Massachusetts, Salem, Massachusetts. Yeah, I give up on trying to pronounce that.
I'll be damned. All right.
Yeah. And actually, I think that was actually in the 1700s, actually, to be more precise.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, too early, wrong side of the country.
Yeah. I mean, when we get to the East Coast, we'll probably be having, like, stories about that. But then again, there's not a lot of, like, actual written documentation from that time period in America. I mean, it's difficult to find written documentation for the late 1800s over here on the West Coast. But yeah, this courthouse has seen everything from infamous criminals to violent protests, and actually, yeah, one of the more violent protests happened recently during the Trump's first election when he got into office. They tried to set the federal courthouse on fire.
That's going to a bit of an extreme.
Yeah. But everyone in Portland kept saying this is a peaceful protest as they set cars on fire and tried to burn down the federal courthouse.
I will say something that is my opinion. One of the best forms of protest is paper protest.
What's paper protest?
It's when you basically fill out forms and send letters to your representatives to make sure that they know that they will not have a spot, and you will not vote for them if they do not change the ways that they
This is true. Like,
voting.
if you guys really want to make change, stop voting for the same people.
Yeah. And make sure to hold your representatives accountable.
Yes. So,
And I don't just mean, this is not
this
just
is for
directed
all
toward-
parties.
Yeah, this is directed at all parties. I'm not
Yeah.
just talking about my own.
Yeah, no, this is for all parties. If you don't like what they're doing, don't vote for them. Simple as that. There are other candidates other than two. So, okay, that's it for the political shit.
Anyways,
And I lost track of where I was at.
Talking about how it was almost burnt down or something.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like, no, they've tried throwing Molotovs into the federal courthouse during the riots of Portland that lasted multiple years. Yes, the riot lasted for multiple years. Portland looks like a ghost town now. Like, it is not what it used to be before those riots. And the governor has done nothing to, or no, not the governor. The mayor has done nothing to fix it. So you'll be going down into Portland and you'll
Because he
see
doesn't
buildings
like
all boarded up. Businesses closed down. And there's nothing's going to happen about it. But apparently this courthouse is housed federal judges. High-profile cases, and even... Wow, it served as a post office at one point. Damn. It's done everything. Yeah, no, apparently at some point it was a post office. Yeah, then unfortunately, when it comes to courts and all that, there has been people wrongly convicted. And those wrongful convictions lead to negative energy. Those negative energies tend to linger the longest. And the place eventually starts to become haunted after enough negative energy. Gotta love it, right?
Yeah.
And with it being as old as it is, yeah, that's no surprise that there's gonna be a lot of negative energy. Especially when you go about, like, the dark history of Portland. Like, there was a point in time where police officers were literally just arresting people because business owners told them to. Because, yes, at the time, business owners were the only ones covering or paying for the police department. The civilians weren't paying taxes to pay for the police department. It was business owners paying for the police department. And business owners would use that money to get rid of competition, to get rid of people they don't like, and to suppress information. It was corrupt as fuck back then.
Yeah.
Whether it's corrupt now or not, I don't know. I don't care enough to know. But cities don't change their ways very easily. So, but when people are in this courthouse, people have heard phantom footsteps through these hallways where no one is around in these areas except for the person in there. And they'll like stand still and still hear the tap, tap, tap across the marble flooring. And it happens more so at nighttime, which kind of would give me the because they have active security there, federal security there. And if I heard that, I'd be, ah, nope, I'm going back to my office.
Yeah.
There's one thing I don't do very well in: large buildings and weird noises that shouldn't be happening. A gun ain't gonna protect you from the supernatural. I'm sorry. Apparently, also in the oh wow, this one's kind of creepy. In the judge's chambers, the guards at night have reported a shadowy figure in black robes standing either near or in the judge's chambers and disappearing before someone gets close enough to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of creepy, actually, to be honest, too.
Definitely.
I mean, first off, like, go into the judge's chambers, like, the only people allowed there, security, the judge, janitors, and legal teams. And legal teams are only allowed there when they're told to go there.
Pretty much.
It's like, so it's just seeing a shadowy figure there, and you're the security guard, and you're like, there, and you're like, what the fuck? And it disappears when you get close. No. Fuck that shit. Yeah, fuck that shit. Now, with a building of this age, feeling cold spots, I'm sorry, is not going to be uncommon. You're going to probably find a lot of areas with cold spots. I mean, this building was built in 1875. You don't know what the maintenance records are for this building. And marble's not very good at keeping a place warm. It gets cold really fast. It gets hot really fast. And I don't know what the outside of the courthouse. I think it's marble also for the most part, or brick, stone, like stone type of brick. Wow. Especially around the.
Sometimes it's blanched.
Yeah. But these cold spots generally happen near the judge's chambers and where the judge sits in the courtroom. So take that how you will. Now, apparently some security guards have reported like lights, like all lights should be off, and they'll find the judge's chambers lights on, but when they open the door, the light flicks off. Okay. If I ever had that happen, that would scare the crap out of me. Although I'd be more inclined to investigate it, because that just feels like something's trying to hide. Security guards have heard whispers throughout the freaking halls. Why? Why are these things happening here? Muffled sounds. Some security guards have reported screams. And the screams are coming like from where the jail cells are in the courthouse, like where they store the criminals before the trials.
Well, obviously there'd be residual energy there.
Yeah, but screams? Why screams?
Because people are screaming to be let out.
Yeah.
Up there, it's a little torch.
The whales of the damned.
Whales of the
Yep.
damned. But yeah, no, they would
Those
hear
damned wells.
like guards would hear like noises in the courtroom. It's like sounding like that sounds like an active trial is going on. But when they open the courtroom doors, nobody's there. Lights are out. And the judge where the judge sits is cold. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, this was apparently another elevator one. Where the elevator will sometimes open and close on their own, and in rare cases, will travel between floors without anybody inside pressing the button.
Are they sure it's not faulty wiring?
It could be. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, for that, I'm pretty sure security would have reported that. And they would have had a technician come out to go and check it out. Because
I would hope they do that.
the stuff involving elevators and all that are really, really strict. Like, if the elevators are not up to code, the building has a chance of being massively fined for that. So, and federal buildings are no exception.
Yeah.
So I would assume there wasn't faulty wiring if it still happens. But at the same time, you never know. There are times where it just could be a faulty, after someone pressed button number 3. I don't know how many floors there are in that courthouse.
Depends on the courthouse is probably 5.
I would not know.
I don't know, to be honest.
I've never been inside it. I've been outside of it. And I've seen it while it was boarded up after the protest, and I haven't seen it since.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, god damn. I kind of want to go there now.
You want to go to every haunted location ever there be?
I do. Do you blame me?
Oh my god.
No.
Like if I could just go there and take recordings of all that stuff happening, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
But I do have an interesting thing that happened to me. Was it last week? I don't remember. It was recently though. It was like last week or this week. I so much has happened this week. I can barely. Most of this week was like, is it Friday yet? Is it Friday yet? That is what my week has been. So, but I came home from going to the gas. I think it was the gas station. And right by my bedroom door, I saw this shadowy figure, probably standing about 8 feet tall. And it was just staring me back right at me. Now, I'm either going crazy or it was actually there, but it didn't freaking disappear either.
Damn, he tall.
Yeah, he be tall. But when I got close to him, he did not fucking disappear. And the head would turn as I'm moving past it. And I looked at it and I was like, go the fuck away. And then went into my room. I'm honestly shocked you guys didn't hear it. Me say that.
No?
Yeah, because my mic points to my bedroom door, and I was in call with you guys.
I don't remember it, but I'm not that great at remembering things.
Fair enough, because I came in my bedroom, and I was like, fucking Christ. Yeah, no, that was kind of creepy.
That would
Like,
be creepy.
I've never had a shadowy figure actually stick around afterwards, after getting so close to it. Which makes me think it's not a shadow person, it was something else. And I didn't feel any hostility or anything. Didn't feel scared or anything. I was more irritated than anything when having to deal with it. Like, I look at it, I was like, great. This is shit starting back up again. That's what that pretty much came to my mind, is like I've had a peaceful few freaking years and now this is starting back up. Like,
Yeah.
Do I want it to happen again? Fuck no. Because that shit's annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's annoying, but it gets on my nerves whenever it happens for some fucking reason. I think it's just because it brings back memories from my childhood.
Could be, yeah.
And that shadowy figure that I once woke up to. I think I said that story. It's like it was like middle of the night. I wake up and there's this shadowy figure over me with a what looked like a knife, and I immediately jumped out of bed, ran across the house, down the stairs. It chased me to the stairs, and then wouldn't come downstairs, and I just hid under the dining room table. And I was like 13.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Like, people have said that's sleep paralysis, and I go, bitch, sleep paralysis, you can't move in that. You can't move in sleep paralysis. No.
Yeah.
Whatever that was, like, the psychic that we had at our house said it was playing a joke on me. I don't believe it. That is a cruel joke.
Someone tried to pull that kind of joke on me. If they were my friend, I'd stop being their friend. If they were my partner, I'd instantly stop being their partner.
Yeah, that's a horrible joke. Yeah, I that was like my least favorite ghost out of the household. Fuck that ghost. Any ghost who does that to me, fuck that ghost.
Yeah.
Like any of the ghosts in Phasmophobia. If I were to run into them in real life, fuck that ghost.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ghost Watchers. Fuck that ghost. Demonologist, fuck that ghost.
What am I supposed to do?
Wait, is there a ghost that I'd be okay with?
I don't know.
Not normally.
I don't
Probably
think
not.
there. No, I don't think there is. You know what? Fuck that ghost.
Goddamn Derby.
No, there is one ghost I'd be okay with. Animal
Yeah, what is
ghost.
that?
I like animals.
I like animals too, but some
I'd
of them
be
are weird.
I'd be okay with animal ghosts. Even if they were trying to bite my head off, I'd be okay with them. It'd just be white girl moment. Oh, puppy! Literally. I mean, I'm at work and I see a coyote and I'm like, come here, let me pet you.
Maybe why?
It looks soft and fluffy. If not friend, why friend shape?
Exactly.
The coyotes around Portland are soft and fluffy. I wish I was joking. They don't look like your coyotes in the desert. No, they're soft. They're soft and fluffy, and they're more scared of you than you are of them.
The Fluff Lord has summoned me.
And it's just like the closest I've gotten was like 20 feet, and then it ran away. I've had more luck with making friends with a crow.
Well, crows do remember faces.
Yes. We got this crow at work that will let me pet it. Because I feed it food.
Yeah. Crows will do that.
Yeah. I get to pet a crow every so often. Not every day, but every so often. And sometimes the other guards find trinkets. Weird trinkets. They're like, where the fuck did this come from? It'll be like a bottle cap. I like crows. I like animals. If I could, I would befriend every animal, no matter how deadly or dangerous they are. What? Don't you just want to go and hug a big grizzly bear?
No.
Why? They look
Only
fluffy.
you can prevent forest fires.
The grizzly bear is gonna fucking kill me.
It's a risk I'm willing to take. For ultimate floof. Anyways, we should probably end. So, hey guys, I will see you guys tonight for stream. Keep an eye out for on Discord on what we're gonna be streaming tonight. Otherwise, don't forget to hit that like, follow, or subscribe button, whatever button there is to hit. And I shall see you guys in 2 weeks for episode 6 of Ghostly Gossips. We will be talking about the Shanghai Tunnel. And that will be the end of our Portland section of Ghostly Gossip. For now,
It'll be the end of Portland.
yes.
I don't know about you, but it sounds like the Shang is very high.
So for now, guys, don't get into trouble by breaking and entering. And I hope to see you guys.
People.
Wait, what?
And don't bully people.
If you bully people, bully me.
Yeah, bully Derpy.
So other than that, I love you all and have a wonderful day. I will see you tonight.